So if you've been following this channel, you kind of know I've just come back from my honeymoon like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now. And basically, just before I went, I was working like non-stop. I haven't had a holiday for a long while, to be fair. It's like since the wedding, and that was only like 3 days break. But during that time, I was like hectic. Everything was like planning for the wedding and stuff like that. If you had a wedding before, you know that it is a big operation basically. So that 3 day wasn't really a holiday either. So this was my honeymoon. So I went away to St Lucia. It was great. It was fantastic. And just before I left, I was like, I feel like I deserve this, right? Because I've been working so long. I haven't had a holiday in such a long time. I'm from the UK. I'm from London. And it's like I've had this life that I've lived in the UK for the whole of my life, right? And this will make sense a little bit later in the video. But then when I went to St Lucia, we went and stayed at this like 4 or 5 star resort. It was brilliant. Royalton in St Lucia. You can check it out. It's like at the north of the island. And if you've ever been there, if you know this place, it is incredible. Like all inclusive. It's just everything you want. I was having like steaks for dinner every day and stuff like that. It was brilliant. But when I was there and just before I left, I was like, I really deserve this holiday because I've been working so hard for such a long time. I haven't taken a long period of holiday. I've had like 2 days here, 3 days here, never like a 2 week period at a time, for example, for like the whole time I've been in this employment. And I genuinely felt that. I felt like I deserved it. But then as soon as I touched down in St Lucia, this is mad. Like I get on the coach to go to the hotel and I'm just seeing house after house, or sometimes not even houses. It was like just corrugated, almost like shack kind of level accommodation, right? Residencies. And these are people's houses. These are where people live all year round, right? I'm from London. I'm from the UK. I've got a good quality of life, right? I don't earn amazingly from my job as a truck driver, but it is enough so I can afford to go on holidays like St Lucia, right? So it's just having that perspective when you actually see things for what they really are. Like I was just lucky to be born in the UK. I was just lucky to have the parents I have, even in the UK. I'm just lucky that I got able to get into a path where I realized that this is what I want to do, and like I decided to go down the truck driving route and get my license and stuff like that to allow me to have this type of income that I can afford to go on holiday whenever I like, kind of thing. Well, not whenever I like, but like I can choose to go on holiday to decent places. And these are all things that I didn't do anything to put myself in this situation. I was born in this situation, so I'm very, very fortunate. As soon as you travel to a different place where the GDP is much lower than your country, or just in general, like people earn way less and there's way less opportunity and there's way less infrastructure. The roads, like everywhere in the UK, the roads are pretty much decent. And apart from if you go to like farm kind of places or like countryside kind of places where there's very narrow roads, even those narrow roads are tarmacked to like almost near perfection, right? There may be some couple like potholes and stuff like that everywhere. That's standard everywhere, but like the majority of the time it is like a pretty decent situation that you're in, right? So hold on 1 second. These damn flies, man. But anyway, so I'm not editing this. I'm not editing this video. Anyway, we're back. So what was I saying? Potholes, blah blah blah. Yeah, so even infrastructure, I don't have to think about it. If I want to go to Leeds right now, which I did today, I can just take the M1 from my house, which I can hop onto the M1 like 10 minutes down the road, and then go all the way to Leeds, which is like 160 miles away from here. And I'm there within 2.5 hours, roughly. Whereas if I wanted to take that same journey in St Lucia, first of all, I don't think the island's even that long itself in general. But the amount of windy roads I had to go on, some of the roads were not well paved. So you're going over like rickety parts in some kind of areas. Whereas this whole road in the M1 was immaculate the entire way, pretty much, like apart from like when I went to like the country roads that I mentioned earlier. So just that, we are so privileged to be in the situation we're in, whether you're in like US or UK or a lot of European countries, just a lot of like first world countries, a lot of places where there's a lot of money in your country basically. So to say you deserve something, when you see the lifestyle that some of these people are living in St Lucia, and they're just carrying like buckets of water, I saw people, and fruit, just like sometimes you can't even see the person, they're carrying that much fruit. And the vehicles they drive, like I have not a great vehicle, right? But it is better than the average person over in St Lucia. Do you see what I mean? Like everything, like my car, it has AC. A lot of the cars, maybe the taxis that I went into had AC, but I can tell a lot of the other people did not have AC because their windows were wide open, all their windows, all four windows in their car. So that is an expense that I take for granted sometimes, but when you see it in a different country or a different place, you're like, oh shit, yeah, actually, this is not the norm. That is more of the norm than my life is, because there's only 70 million people in the UK, let's just say 350 million people in the US. You're very, very privileged to be even born in your country, because there's so much facilities that are available to you that are not available to a vast majority of the world, way more than the people who are living in wealth. Like there's so much more poverty in the world that it's just unreal. So it's just something to take in, just to take stock of your life and appreciate where you are, because I felt like I deserved something, but when I went there, I realized these people deserve it way, way more. They probably haven't, like a lot of the people that I'm talking about here who lived in these, for lack of a better word, and not to be disrespectful, it looked run down, the places. Like if you look at a lot of the houses on my street, there's not a lot of like dirt on the brickwork. It looks like brick, it looks like plain brick, right? But when you go to, when I was there, yes, they've painted their house in whatever color they've painted it in, but then you can see the buildup of dirt over the years of just like trucks and fumes or whatever it is, and mud just being sloshed onto walls, and it's just stayed there for years and years and years. You can just tell that like that small difference, like they deserve a holiday way more than I do. But it's just so that I'm coming from this place that I can actually afford the holiday and actually do these things. They may be working the exact same job as a truck driver over in St Lucia, but their salary is going to be way, way less than whatever I'm on. And they will never, well, okay, never say never, but it's very hard for them to change their situation to a drastic level, or like their family's wealth situation in general. So that's the kind of thing you want to take away from this. Like, you're just lucky. If you're born in a first world country, you're literally just lucky. To say you don't deserve anything is a little bit of a stretch, but it's not too far of a stretch, because when you see all these other people around the world, when they really, really do deserve some like better situation, it's just because they were born in a worse situation than you were. Yeah, they definitely deserve a lot more. So yeah, I don't know what you can take out of this video. Like, obviously be grateful for what you have and stuff like that, but also just be aware of what you're saying, because I was going around, oh, like, yeah, I really deserve this holiday, looking forward to this, I worked so hard, deserve this, deserve that, blah, 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 blah. But then when you see what life is like for the majority of the world, you realize you don't deserve anything. You're just lucky to be given it. So yeah, I hope this helps. I'm gonna end this video now. I've kind of repeated myself quite a bit, but yeah, I hope this helped. Hope you like the kind of content on this channel going forward, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.